Hello everyone, welcome to Dada's FoodCrave Kitchen. If this is your first time here, I absolutely welcome you. To all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for constantly watching my video. In today's recipe, I'll be showing you how to make this gigantic, crowd-pleasing party Olelleh / Moi Moi. If you are interested in seeing how to make this gigantic, delicious Olelleh / Moi Moi, please stay tuned. And without any further ado, let's get cooking. Alright, my Dada's team, before we get started, first you're gonna need a bowl with a strainer or some salt underneath. Pour the black-eyed peas in a bowl, peel as much beans as you want and freeze the rest for another use. Soak the beans with water and soak the beans for 30 to 45 minutes. After 30 to 45 minutes, this is how the beans look like. Next, you are going to place the soaked beans in a blender or your food processor, add enough water, and use the pause button 2 to 5 times to help with the peeling of the skin go easily. So this is how it looks like. Next, you're going to transfer the beans to the sink. Make sure you place the strainer underneath to prevent your drain from clogging, okay? Keep washing the beans and keep repeating the same steps as you are rinsing the beans. The skin will float on top of the water as you pour the water out. Be the first 5 people to comment on my new video in order to get a shout out. In order to get a shout out, you want to make sure you have your notification bell on to be one of the first 5 to get a shout out from me. Today, first 5 notification gang shout out goes to Janet McCormack. Thank you so much. Theo, the makeup lover, thank you so much as well. Elaine Kita, thank you again. At Home with Mansa, who happens to be a content creator, make sure you check her out as well. And the 5th person is E-Learning and Cooking, which also happen to be a content creator as well. Make sure you check him out. So the bills is all washed perfectly. This is how it looks like. I have here 2 cans of mackerel. I'm gonna be using pink Himalayan salt. Use any salt of your choice. Then I'm going to use 1 cup of red palm oil. I am only going to use 4 cups of the beans. Then I'm gonna freeze the rest for another use. It's easy to peel a lot of beans because it's not easy to peel beans, guys. So it's easy to peel a lot and freeze the rest for another use. Next, I am going to broil the mackerel a little in the oven for like 10 minutes. You can actually use the juice from the mackerel in the can to blend your beans as well. Will add a lot of flavor to the beans. I didn't do that. I thought of you doing that, but I totally forgot. But you can use the juice from the liquid from the mackerel in the can to blend your beans instead of water. So place the mackerel in the oven and broil it for like 10 minutes. Next, I am going to chop all my ingredients, and I'm going to use half of each of the ingredients.
That you will need to make your food taste yummy for everyone. What Dada's FoodCrave kitchen today, and she will show you everything you need to know. A woman that will cook everything for you with a smile on her face every day. Dada's FoodCrave kitchen is the best you will find. With Dada's FoodCrave kitchen, you can cook anything. Dada's FoodCrave kitchen is the best you will find. With Dada's FoodCrave kitchen, you can cook anything. If you taste Dada's food, you will bite your fingers. Can you smell the aroma? Aroma. All she wants is just to help you have a happy home. Cook every meal for everyone with a smile. What Dada's FoodCrave kitchen today, and she will show you everything you need to know. Local and international recipes with a smile on her face every day.
And make sure you check my previous video. I made some karao pap, and I also made some smoked fish video in the oven. Make sure you check that video out, how to smoke your own fish in the oven. You will not regret it. Try that recipe and leave your comment down below. Check my 2 previous video. Make sure you don't miss out on any of the videos that I uploaded, just in case you missed it.
You can cook anything. If you taste it, you will love it.
It's Jill Life Music.
Kaya mo wax na. Sa pag-iman, toga yu neex a neex a neex. Wala nga bëgg a xam nu ñuy toogee lu neex a neex. Ñi ngay seeti ñooy Dada's FoodCrave kitchen. Dada's FoodCrave kitchen. Ñi ñoo ko xam. Dada's FoodCrave kitchen. Ñi ñoo ko man. Dada's FoodCrave kitchen. Leer na te baax na. Dada's FoodCrave kitchen amul morom. Baax na.
All my ingredients have been chopped. This is how they look like: my eggplant, bell pepper, onions, and habanero pepper. Feel free to use any protein of your choice, like mackerel, fish, chicken, or ham. So now you're going to place the beans in a blender. Use like at least, I would say, 2 cups of water. You want to eyeball everything because you don't want the beans to be too runny. Add the beans in a bowl like so. Then you're going to go ahead and add salt to taste. Like I said, I'm using the pink Himalaya salt. Then I'm going to pour in all my chopped ingredients, my eggplant, onions, bell pepper, and habanero pepper. Adjust the spice to your own liking. Mix everything well until they well combine. Then next I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of palm oil. Mix that as well until it's well combined. Lastly, I am going to now add my mackerel. Like I said, use any protein of your choice. You can use chicken, fish, ham, any protein of your choice. Or if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you can just simply leave that out. Just make the beans recipe just the way it is without adding any meat or fish or anything like that. Like I said, this is vegan friendly, is vegetarian friendly, whichever way you want to call it. So next I am going to add enough water on my baking sheet. Then place the baking rack. The reason I'm adding water is to prevent the olelleh or the moi moi, to prevent it from drying too much, because when you bake moi moi or olelleh, it tends to be dry quickly. So that's the reason I want to add water on the baking sheet. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and grease up your baking pan with a little bit of palm oil or vegetable oil, whichever one rocks your boat. But since I added palm oil into the moi moi, the olelleh, I am going to grease the pan up with palm oil. So grease it up. This will keep it from sticking on the pan as well, just like you making cake, obviously. I was thinking of using a parchment paper instead, but I said, you know what, let me just grease it up with some palm oil. So that's what I did. Sorry guys, I lost the footage where I was pouring the beans in the baking pan. So you're gonna pour the beans in a baking pan. Meanwhile, my oven was already preheating for 375 degrees. Cover it with a foil. At least I have this footage where I'm using this other baking pan, which is the foil, the disposable one. Use any baking pan as you want. This one will be probably more easy. You can just, when you're done, you could just throw it away. So do the same process as I did with the other one. Cover it with a foil and place it in the oven. Like I said, keep checking on the water that you add on the baking sheet. If it's dried up, you want to make sure you add more water. As you can see, the other olelleh that I put in the foil, I didn't put it on the baking sheet, because obviously the oven, there is going to be enough moisture circulating inside the oven, so it's fine. So you want to make sure you bake it until you use a toothpick or a skewer or a fork or a knife until it comes out really clean. All right, okay, if it doesn't come out clean, that means it's not ready. And you want to make sure you see that it's separating from the baking sheet a little. You can see like around the baking sheet, it's separated a little bit. So then you want to let it sit and rest until it's completely cool. Then you toss it a little bit just to loosen it up a little, and voila, our gigantic patty olelleh / moi moi is ready. This is so big and enough to feed a whole crowd, guys. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you like what you see, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. And don't forget your notification bell to be one of the first 5 to comment, so that I will give you a shout out on my next video. And thank you so much to all my returning subscribers for constantly watching my video. So this is how the patty olelleh / moi moi looks like. Don't come for me, guys, don't come for me. I know you can make it on a small pouch, which I already have a video on that if you want to check that out, instead of making it this big. So you're just gonna wrap it like this with a foil. Anytime you want to eat your moi moi, you just take a knife and get a slice and heat it up and enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video. The more you like, the more I'm gonna come up with delicious recipe for you guys. Until I come your way next time, I will see you all in my next upload. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye bye.